Google Dataset Search. It's really for libraries who are in organizations where you've got people working with data sets. They're developing software, they're doing research, whatever. If they need to find good data sets, they tend to just look for something that's free without doing a whole lot of quality control. I'm overgeneralizing here, but I think we all know who we're talking about here. There's always someone in every organization who's like, oh, but it was free, so it's great. Anyway, if we take over that conversation and start looking for good open access data sets and creating a curated collection of those within our organization for a particular project, group, team, whatever, we start training them to realize we're not even just the source of information, we're getting them the stuff that they need better than they can do it themselves. That's why I'm mentioning Google's tool for this, because it's pretty handy, and it includes aggregators content as well. So there's a fair amount of content in there. Here's the problem, is it's relying on the metadata and the content within each record describing an open access data set. So I'm going to show you two records. Here's one. It's about tool use frequency by individual sea otters in California. Don't ask me how I found that one. And so all of these words here, and this description goes on for 2 more pages, okay? Each one of those words is indexed by Google. And so if you're doing a search for an open access data set, if it's got those words in it, you're likely to pull up this particular data set. And then there's another record. All the description is data on the area enclosed or unwalled for the apiaries. That's it. So the only way you would retrieve this data set is by looking for the word apiaries, basically. So the accessibility of these data sets varies very wildly, because Google is just taking the content that is found and putting it into and indexing it. So keep that in mind. The other alternative you could do with this is just to use Google Web Search to find good data sets, and then using, again, our usual tricks like using a site:/edu or .gov to limit the sources just to government or educational resources, including the looking for the topic in the title of the data set, which would have found me my apiaries one, I suppose. So it's just thinking creatively about the ways that we can find resources better than what our clients can find themselves. That's part of our new role in a way that, we used to be, in the old days, we were the gatekeepers. Well, the barbarians have overrun the gates, and there are no gates, there are no walls anymore, and they've all run amok. And you will not quote me on this, but I'm just saying this in this room. And so rather than us trying to put gates up and make people stop, we have to start attracting them by having better and easier to use collections of resources, so they're not running around. I'm not going to continue that analogy. I'm thinking of them running in the woods and going savage. That's it. We're trying to civilize the savages that have overrun the gate, and this is a way to do it.